Adam is not plural. It is what? Patriarchy. Patriarchy. Why? He closed Adam's rib and did what? Took the woman. Man, woman, children. You see the patriarchal order? If the woman was at the top of the order, it would be matriarchy, yeah? Mm-hmm. That's the way the world operates. The state makes sure the matriarch has the final word. She can divorce her husband. Husband can, anything goes, anything. No. Patriarchy. So I'm not here to tell you, pardon me, that the Bible teaches plural marriage is perfect and monogamy is perfect. Neither are perfect. Why? Man messes it up. Whatever man touches gets messed up. What is the biblical model is everything comes out of Adam. That's the biblical model. Did Adam have 2 wives? Of course he did. And I asked another teacher. I couldn't do it all today because of the time. I'm tomorrow. I can't. I can touch on it maybe tomorrow, but I can't do it all. Somebody else had a question. And it's not Talmud, by the way. We're talking about scripture. I don't use Talmud.
Are you saying he pulled another rib out?
No.
I mean, he's got more ribs. that was my question.
Well, that's a good point. He could have. He had more ribs.
If Adam didn't take that apple, why not? Just
Well, but I'm going to do it for you. Let me just give me 2 minutes, and then I'll do it very briefly, okay? And then we can talk about it at another time.
Christians aren't familiar with the books that certain ecclesiastical groups have thrown out of the scripture. And they think, what, 66 books is a closed canon.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the world would he close it at 66 books? That's a 6-6, that, because it's not closed. These books that have been thrown out have been done so for a reason. Mm-hmm. That is to control and empower the church authorities to keep us where they want us to be. So
that's right. But even if we use the scriptures, that's right. But even if we use the scriptures, just like you were saying, the 66 books, I'll show you. Look at Genesis 1:27. The word of Elohim, or Elohim, created man in his own image. He created him what? Adam Zachar v'nekeva. Zachar v'nekeva. Male and female. Yes? What day was this? Day 6. Then came Sabbath, Shabbat. Look at Genesis 2:2. The 6th day Elohim ended his work. Yes?
Yep.
He rested on the 7th day. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Sabbath, Shabbat, Genesis 2:2. Then afterwards, you have the whole account of the rib, and it's not good for man to be alone, verse 16 through 18. Look at that. Genesis 2:16 through 18. Elohim said it's not good for man to be alone. He caused a tardema, a deep sleep, to fall on him, and he pulled out a rib. You had Eve. You have the first woman made on the 6th day, the second woman the 8th day. The first woman from dust, the second woman from his side. One on the 6th day, one on the 8th day. End of story, no discussion, no Talmud, no rabbinic commentary needed. And what happened to the first wife is a whole other story.
Is there a new Eve?
That's a whole other story.
Is there a new Eve?
Ouch. You mean like a deodorant or something like that?
Spiritual new Eve, like there's a spiritual Yeshua. Is there a new Eve?
He's the second Adam.
you might be the new Eve.
I don't know.
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
never heard of that.
Now,
I've never heard of that. But again, when he made male and female in his image, male, female, from where? The dust of the earth. It says right here, look. He created her from the dust of the earth, yes? Mm-hmm. The other woman was created from his side. 2 origins, 2 different days, 2 days apart. But let's not get off base, please, because I can feel where this is going.
Do you know?
I don't understand. You're saying one's from the rib and one's from the dust.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It says that we just read that.
I only thought there was one from the rib.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
So who's the one from the dust?
The first wife.
Who's that?
Genesis.
That's a different story. We don't know her name. That's a good question. That's a good question. We don't know her name.
Lilith.
We don't know her name. She's called Lilith because she's a dark creature. We don't know her name.
Come back next
And
week.
yeah, it's a different story. You had a,
Well, have you ever watched this Reverend Murray show here?
I believe I've heard it.
His contention is that verse 6 is when the races were
still good.
Yes. Okay, you're talking about, is it Arnold or Murray?
Arnold.
Yes.
He contends that the
The race. That's a different section.
and on
Yes.
at verse 6
That's correct.
And then later, Adam and Eve
That's correct.
are,
Are you asking me if he's correct or if he's wrong, or?
yeah.
But that's a different issue.
Is he correct?
He's mostly correct. Not entirely, but mostly. Let me get back for a second just to Jeremiah 31:32. And then we'll wind it down with one more scripture and some more questions. Back to Jeremiah 31:32.
This is fun.
Yes, you're right, it is. But this fund's cost me a lot of friends, and my reputation, and respect. But yes, you are right. It's fun when we're in the Word.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Hey, I'm a big boy, you know. All righty. Let me see.
31.
Jeremiah 31:32. Okay. I'm sorry, go back to verse 34. We were there earlier, we touched that he was the husband to what? How many houses? 2 houses, but now we'll nail it down even more. Jeremiah 31:34 says this, right? They will teach no more every man, when the New Testament comes, the Brit Hadashah, they will teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, hey, go and learn and know Yahweh. Why? For only one that I will choose will know me. Is that what it says? No. They will all know me. There's that multiple. We're all brides of Yeshua. See that? They will all know me. Well, Rabbi, that's spiritual. No rabbi, no pastor, that's not. It's 2 physical houses, and every member of those 2 physical houses that wants to know him will get to know him when the Brit Hadashah comes. It can't be clearer. I mean, it really can't. One more scripture, we'll see this, 1 Corinthians 11:2.
Is that knowing, is that yada, I mean, that kind of knowing that would go right on to, oh, that kind of knowledge, all right. I
Bingo.
won't even say the rest, but.
Bingo. 1 Corinthians 11:2. Mm-hmm. That's the same word, by the way. Kulam yadatani. First person, they will all know me. Kulam yadatani. They will know me. 1 Corinthians 11:2. All right, it's been here all this time, and now you'll see it. Ready? Let's go to verse 1. 1 Corinthians 11:1. Be imitators of me, even as I am of Mashiach. Now I praise you, Israelite brothers, that you remember in all things, and keep the ordinances and judgments as I delivered them to you. So we see in verse 2 is the theme. Paul says he has presented the congregation to Yeshua as a virgin bride. Okay? Is that the right place or is it the wrong place? The head of every man is Mashiach, the head of the Messiah, the head of everyone is a man. Okay. Well, you're close, Bubba. Go to 2 Corinthians, sorry about that. 2 Corinthians 11:2. 2 Corinthians 11:2. Don't you call me Bubba, I'm the only one that can get away with that. 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I am jealous over you, notice, with the jealousy of Yahuwah. For I have given you in marriage, notice, to one husband. He's talking to the Corinthians. That I might present you as an innocent virgin to the Messiah. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his tricks, you should be removed from the simplicity in Messiah. Paul is saying he has presented the Corinthian congregation to Yeshua as a virgin bride. Even though many of them already had sex, doesn't matter. Because of the blood of Yeshua, collectively they were a virgin bride. The point is that how can many be one? Even though it was one congregation, he says, no, I presented all of you to one husband. There it is. Let's read it again so we don't miss it. I have given you, meaning the entire congregation, not one or two, I have given you all in marriage to one husband. In case you didn't know who the husband was, Messiah, verse 2.
Is it just one congregation?
One congregation, made up of many members, that mystery of Ephesians 5. That one congregation, though being many, are one virgin bride and all have a separate, like Lee was saying, all have a separate covenant with their husband.
Not to mention other congregations.
Not to mention other congregations.
Well, not everyone is part of the bride, right? I mean,
Say that again?
believers.
you know, they,